Come on, bitch, stop it.
Apparently played.
Damn.
Is it gonna save my soul after that one takes my soul?
It might.
Experiences
There's my dick. Oh my
will be-
god, it showed up so
There's
good.
my dick.
Alrighty guys, first episode of the Strobing Butt Plug. This is your host, Missy Davis, and these are my co-hosts, Ron Lynch and Ariana Crum. Today we're going to be drinking a few beers. We have, go for it, Ron.
Beer number one is Sticky Buns, the Brewery Bakery. Bourbon barrel aged imperial stout with pecans, maple syrup, cinnamon, and maple natural vanilla flavor. It's a strong one at 10% alcohol, and I can't read where that's from because they did a crappy job printing their can.
Brewed and canned by the Brewery Placentia, California.
So it came from California.
Placentia, yeah.
Okay, Placenta, California. And what's that one say?
What is this one? I don't know.
Okay, so this has got some lovely demonic on it. Looks a little evil, but Surly Brewing Company, Pentagram.
There.
And this stuff is American Dark Sour Ale at 7%. And yeah, that's what we're going to be drinking today.
And I have a surprise beer that we're not going to say until we get there.
Dun dun dun.
And
Is it gonna save my soul after that one takes my soul?
it might.
Maybe, if you're lucky. Or not lucky.
But with the Strobing Butt Plug, why do we call it the Strobing Butt Plug? I wanted a proper explanation. I tried this on our pilot and I bombed because I had already been drinking. So, okay, it started out, I had a friend over and she was talking about this 8.5 or 8x10 picture of her vagina that she had, didn't know where it came from. And they had other nudes at her house, her and her boyfriend, put them in between the mattresses to hide them from the kids. When they went to move, she forgot they were there, so the brother-in-law took the bed and found the picture, and she said it was super awkward. I was like, well, why is this awkward? You used to show perverts your butthole for money. I said, you were a stripper. And she said, well, I never saw them again. And so then she said, plus that was 20 years ago. I worked at Diamonds. It was classier. You weren't allowed to bend over. You weren't allowed to open your legs.
Did her butthole look better 20 years ago?
I didn't see her butthole either time. But,
It's a valid question.
I would think so.
so maybe.
I don't know.
So then Larry said, well, not at Jeff's bachelor party. The strippers there were wearing strobing butt plugs. So, a couple days later, I hung out with these two, and Ariana was talking about comedy podcasts, and then we were talking about weird stuff, and I told them that story, and she said, see, we should do a podcast. And I said, yeah, and we'll call it the Strobing Butt Plug. So a joke became a reality. That's why we call it the Strobing Butt Plug. That's funny.
For our pilot episode, we were sitting in my backyard having a few, just chatting. Like, we need to do this, we need to do this. I'm like, all right. I went into my house, I brought out my laptop and a microphone. I'm like, okay, let's go. And the particular quality of that isn't great. We are going to put it up on the website soon enough. And the podcast is going to get thrown out there on all the regular podcasting services.
And as our podcast grows, so will our site, thestrobingbuttplug.com. Check us out.
We will all be posting shit up there. I'm pretty good at shit posting memes. I may or may not do that. Okay,
That's
yeah,
right.
we're going to shit post memes. There'll be 3 sections, one for this one, Missy, one for that one, and then one for me, the penis in between us.
There we go. All right, first beer.
All right, what do we want?
I want the bourbon barrel, the sticky buns.
Sticky buns it
I'm
is.
all about the sticky buns.
Me too.
Sticky buns, butt plugs. Oh. Let you do your own self there. Ooh, that's some thick looking stuff.
It's got texture.
Smells good.
It's got that sweet in it. It's got the bourbon barrel taste, but it's also
like it.
sweet.
Anybody need more?
Yeah. There we go. I'm done.
Cheers.
A good bit. Cheers, guys. Our first drink on our actual
Ooh,
podcast.
I like it.
It is good.
It is good.
This
We should have
is
saved it for last.
bourbon barrels are one of my favorites, and
I'm
this
starting to
one,
find that myself.
this one's like got that sweetness to it. It's less bourbony. It's really good. But no, I have this fucking complaint that I have to make. I forgot about it until today. I was doing some Uber and Lyft like a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna pull this shit up. This bitch pissed me off. Well, I know what you guys think about this. All right, so I was doing the Uber and Lyft, and then she sent me this text saying that
It's thick.
it's a good winter beer. No, you're all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm driving along, and I just dropped this chick off. And she was nice, she was polite. In the car, whatever, she was decent passenger. So it says, passenger reported they lost this item in your car, Cash App card. They'll reach out to you using this number to arrange a return. You can reply end at any time to end this conversation. And I will say, even though this was a couple weeks ago, I did not reply end because I was debating whether I wanted to tell her off, and I didn't know if I would get my account shut down through Lyft. I was debating. I'm still debating. I'm just at it. I'm going to tell her off, but it'd be fun. So I put in there, I looked into my seat. I look into my seats every time somebody gets out, and I did not see anything. I stopped my car, searched, and dug through the seats, and did not feel anything. I don't feel like you lost it in my car. I don't have anything in caps, like, I'm not doing the classic yell through text thing. She put in, I remember dropping it before I got in your car, and I picked it up, but didn't never put it in my bag. And I put, I can stop and look again, but it's not in here. You'll just have to cancel and get a new one, or look for it someplace else. She comes back with, I know I would have to cancel it. I'm not trying to do that. It takes 5 to 10 business days, and I've looked everywhere. I haven't been anywhere besides my job, and I didn't drop it here. I checked for it again, ran my hands along the inside of my seats, under all of the seats, under the floor mats, and in the cup holder beside the door where you were sitting. I do not have your card. I didn't ever have your card. You must have dropped it again before you got in my car, or you just haven't found it yet. I don't know what else to tell you. She comes back with, you making it seem like that you took my card or something the way you saying, and I feel like you're getting smart in a way. All I was asking you was, did you see the card in your back seat?
No.
So when I explained to you that I looked for it, you came back out with me with an explanation, so I told you I looked for it again. You made it sound like there's no other place you could have dropped it. Sorry you misplaced your card. I was just letting you know, and you would do the same too. I wouldn't have done it the way she did. I just would have asked, did you see it? You didn't see it. You looked for it. Thank you. Here's my number. If a passenger says they found it, or you come back and say you find it, just please let me know. That's all. I would have ended it right there. I wouldn't have told her 2 or 3 times that I lost it.
Dear
and
Karen,
only went one
fuck
place.
you.
So, but this is okay. So I was just letting you know, and you would do the same too. And it was the way you said it, like you was being smart for what? It was very much uncalled for. By the way, I didn't go anywhere else but to your car and work. Why do you think I was making it sound like she was telling me I did do it? Because you were, bitch. She was fucking blaming me, like, the whole time. And I was just pissed. And I thought about still just being like, did you find your Cash App card yet? I bet you did, lying bitch. Like, I just thought about starting shit.
I worked retail shit for so many years, and I do not miss customer service shit at all.
Same.
Because the old saying, the customer's always right. No, they're pretty much always an asshole.
No, the customer
are.
I like it because this is my business. I can just be like, get the fuck out of my car. Like, if she was doing this in between, or just, she started shit with me as I was driving, as long as I'm in a safe place, I can pull over and be like, hey, well, you know what? You can just fucking walk. I would do that. I totally would do that. I almost did that to an old lady.
Like, bitch, get your walker and get the fuck out.
Exactly.
Bye, Grandma.
Well, no, this is what happened with her. Lyft does, they're care source. So I'm picking these fuckers up and taking them to their doctor's appointments, like their insurance, be like, okay, you need this appointment, you don't have any other way to get here, you don't have a ride. So we're going to pay for this so you can go get to your appointment. This lady and the people that are in that, like a lot of them just don't know that it's my personal vehicle, that I'm running my business, and that they just think that that these are my employers and they can treat me like shit. I pulled up on Main Street in Dayton, so there's like a spot where cars, like deliveries and taxi drivers are supposed to pull up, and I was close to the lady, not real close, but I pulled to where it was safe. And so she came over to my car and she got real pissy and shitty, and she was yelling at me about where I parked. I'm like, hey, I parked for your safety. I got away from the moving traffic. And then she got in my car bitching about how it was like she felt like the seat was pushing her knees into her chest, which it was all the way back, but it wasn't in her way. She was a short old lady, and she just kept going and kept bitching.
What type of car do you drive?
A RAV4. So she was in the backseat of my RAV4. It's plenty spacious. I have growing teenage boys. I made sure they'd be able to sit in it for quite a few more years. And she was shorter than the both of them, and they don't bitch and complain. So she was in my car, and that's just it. Like that particular day, I was like, you know what, fuck this bitch. I was so close to telling her, just get the fuck out. Dropping her out in the middle of like between her place that she lived and her appointment, and being like, you can fucking finish walking. I don't give a shit. And just totally abandoned her. But I didn't do it. I was nice. But however, I put her like at 1 star. I was like, fuck that bitch. And I put a big complaint about her. I was like, you know what? I'll never have to take her again. And I hope everybody else does that too. So when they try to be like, oh, we can't get you a lift, like everybody says you're a horrible person. Like, just not even getting her. Like, it was the worst.
Are people such dicks?
You are what you eat.
But that made me think of another thing. I was thinking about that earlier too. My friend, she gave me the best advice, and so this is for the job that I actually work, and I'm going to explain this. I'm an EMT, and so I work for a department, and I work for a private ambulance company. So a private ambulance company does a lot of transports. It's the same fucking thing I was doing with that lady. I was taking the private ambulance to take them to their doctor's appointment. I took this lady to her doctor's appointment. So I was already disgruntled because I had to take that lady to her doctor's appointment. But my friend gave me this great advice, and I was like, you could use this for any place of employment. It's just like you can with your coworker, but there's a few conditions that have to be met. For one, you just have to be pretty laid back and easygoing at your work. Like you don't cause drama, you don't get in fights or arguments with the coworkers all the time. That's a major key thing. You have to be laid back. There has to be no cameras in the area that can get this, proof. And then also, there has to be
no cameras, just detention.
No, there has to be no one around that can be a witness.
Like murder.
And well, this is what I like.
Murder?
We're not murdering anybody.
So we were last time.
But and I feel like this is genius. And I almost feel like she's done this several times. I would be about 100% certain that she has, because either I've seen it happen or she's told me that she's done it. But she told me this bit of advice. I think it's great. So you get into an argument with a coworker, and it escalates, and you're really pissed, and you're just like, man, I just want to fucking go off today. Do it. I say, lose your shit. Snap. Fucking snap at them and just go off like fucking crazy.
I did that 10 months ago. I got fired.
No, you told them to eat a dick.
No, I told them to eat a bag of dicks, thank you very much.
Yes, you did. And then you that was pretty much yourself recognizing, okay, I'm out. Like, peace out, bitches. But this isn't your peace out. This is I'm going to keep my job, but I'm going to tell this motherfucker off. You just gotta lose your shit. Lose your shit uncontrollably and add something stupid in the end like, fuck you, I hope they stick an eyeball on your dick. And then you just, cool, and then you walk away. They tell on you, okay? Just hear me out. They tell on you. And then, so your boss comes, if they put in that part about the eyeball and the dick, I think you got this in the bag, man. It's like, it's yours. It's your day. Nothing else can ruin your day that day. Your boss asks you, like, hey, I heard you got into a little bit of an argument with this person here. Can you tell me about it? you tell them, yeah, man, they like, started arguing, like doing this, and we got a little bit of a disagreement, started arguing, and I didn't think it was worth letting it ruin my day, so I just walked off. and then at that, would the boss be like, well, they told me that you completely lost your shit, and then you said like the weirdest thing. I feel like most people wouldn't add that in because that's too weird. Like when they're telling on you, they might be like afraid to say that to their boss. But if they do, you can be like, that is really weird. Like, does that even sound like something I would do? Would I lose my shit? Have I ever yelled at anybody? You gotta be cool at your place of employment. This is why this works. If you're just quiet and you keep to yourself, which I actually am, and then you lose your shit on somebody, and this works especially for me because I go into multiple facilities and I just have some random nurse, they don't even know, call my boss. I'd be like, does that sound like something I do? They're like, nah. I was like, she's just being a fucking bitch. And they're like, yeah, you're right. So your coworker, you can do it with your coworker too. You can just be like, does that sound like something I would do? And then your boss is like, no, I really didn't think it did, come to think of it, And so now, not only did you just get away with ruining your coworker's day because they were being a piece of shit, now the boss thinks they're a complete fucking liar. Your boss is going to question everything that person says to them. That's how you get away with that shit. You can only do this like
once.
Yeah, like maybe once every year or 2 or 3 years at that, or if you get a new job, that's open season.
That's a long fucking game.
That's right. You have to pick your golden moment. Like you're just like, is this worth me not being able to do this to a different situation? I think so. Let's fucking do it. Today's the day. I'm going to lose my shit at work. Like,
well,
I don't know if I could pull that off.
What? Like, you don't think you'd be able to do like the yelling or
the lying part? Like, does that sound like something I do?
Well, I know it does. That's not you. That's not losing your shit. Isn't you? So I think that can just, as long as you were like,
I don't really lose my shit.
You play dumb. You play dumb.
Cool conscience. Like, that sounds like something I would do. That's stupid. I wouldn't do that. I'm not an angry person.
Yeah, I was. My previous employer, right before all this fun pandemic fuckery happened, I guess I'll backtrack. I work IT. My previous employer.
So my friend's a nerd.
Yeah, bite me. But I worked for Honda. They got to rehire my ass again. Fuck them. They got hit with this big ass cyber attack that completely went through and wiped something like 4,000 computers in their engine plant. Big, massive shit that they just covered up with the public. The IT team that I had working for me at the time had 6, 7 guys, and they kept telling me that we need to get rid of some, we need to trim the staff. Well, when that cyber attack happened, it whacked all those computers, and pretty much they had us working like 20-hour days to try to get everything back up. One dude had like an RV in the parking lot or something, was just going out the RV crash and working back in. But I just worked 18 hours and I was about done. And the big boss over the 3 Ohio Honda plants proceeded to tell me after, 3 weeks straight of 18-hour days, and I was pretty much dead on my feet, that, hey, guess what? I know I said you could have the weekend off, and, well, you're going to have to work this weekend, and just the way he said it just rubbed me wrong, and I've been trying to keep my cool for a while.
Full-on rage boner.
Oh, dude, it was so much fucking rage.
That's a real thing. I didn't know that a rage boner was a real thing. Go
yeah.
finish finish your story, and then we'll go on to the rage boner.
I don't remember all the specifics that I said to the boss man there, but there was a lot of pent-up anger at that fucking piece of shit. And it ended off with, fuck you, insert name here, go to hell, eat a bag of dicks. I was in the middle of finishing up one more computer. I went out to the plant to deploy it because I was like, fuck that guy, I don't care. I started saying to all my guys, I'm like, hey guys, this is probably the last time you're going to see me. What? Yeah, when dude gets here from the other plant in an hour, I'm probably going to get walked out. No, what'd you say? And the whole thing and the ending in eat a bag of dicks. And they're just like, whoa, you did it? Yep. Fuck that guy. An hour later, he was there wanting me. I was trying to finish up what I was doing. And it was cute because the computer that I was trying to deploy wasn't working. I wanted to make sure it was right. He kept calling me, you need to come to the front. Send somebody to where I'm at. Well, I don't know where you're at. I'm here. Send me here to finish it. I don't want to leave something unfinished. Doesn't seem right to me. Yeah, after about 45 minutes more of that, somebody finally came there. He would never come out to the floor. He refused to ever go out to the plant floor because, ooh, scary, they make engines there, it's dirty. And he was refusing to get any of my shit from my desk. Had a few more words with him, and he eventually got it.
He still has rage on this. How long have you been away from that job?
10 months.
He's still fucking pissed about it.
Dude was gonna fucking keep my motorcycle helmet and all my shit.
Oh, I would be
Dude,
pissed
he
off
wasn't
about
gonna give me my fucking street shoes, my street clothes, my motorcycle helmet, any of my personal crap that was at my desk. I wasn't allowed to go back upstairs or any of that crap. He wasn't even gonna let me clean the fucking grease off my hands. He was gonna kick me out so much.
That's funny.
The long and short of it is I did get my shit back because it's like, it's fucking illegal for me to ride without a helmet and in these steel toe shoes, and my keys are in my desk. How can I get on my bike to leave without my damn keys?
Oh, Adam doesn't have a helmet lock. But you were bullshitting your boss because he's stupid.
I wanted my shit.
I gotcha.
And yeah, I got my shit. 10 months later, they corporately reorganized everything up there, and pretty much none of the people that worked there because of his crappy management were there after that. I inspired a couple others to do something pretty similar, although they weren't quite so ragey about it. And that was me fucking up on that part. It felt good to tell my boss to go eat a bag of dicks, though. It was fucking magical.
So, one of two things. Tell somebody off and keep your job. Tell someone off and get fired. Either way.
I will state that the other side of that equation, my current employer, who will officially remain nameless, is still IT work, and the stress level there is non-existent. What I was doing at Honda, I was so stressed, I literally was going to have a heart attack any day. Now, it's okay. Everything is easy, and I have very few complaints.
Rage boners.
Yeah, I was going to say, spill about rage boners.
Dude, I'm going to have that rage boner for life. It's going to be there for life, but I still told my boss to eat a bag of dicks, and it still feels good.
That would feel good.
No, see.
I like my boss, though. I'm good.
My boss is. I like my bosses, but I like it the fact that they know that we run a 24-hour shift and that we get fucking grumpy as hell and we just tell them off and we don't get in trouble for it. Usually. I had a coworker who legit, like, he got so fucking pissed. He's like, oh yeah, because blah, blah, blah. I forget what he said. He's like, but I'm going to keep it real. And then my boss is like, keep it real? What do you mean by keep it real? I'm going to punch you in the face. He got so pissed. They let him keep his job.
Wow.
He was working 3 24-hour shifts a week. They made him drop down to only 48 hours a week. But and this was one of the owners. Like, it's like the owners are our bosses. Like, there's the head, the 2 owners, and then the manager, and then it's us. And he told one of the owners, I will punch you in the face.
I'll say this much about my new job. The new boss is cool as fuck. And yeah, it's all fucking cake. And at this point, I'm happy.
So rage boners. I like the rage boner, and this is why. So Ron had a party. He has like awesome parties. I'm gonna say this for a nerdy dude. He's a social butterfly, and he's got a good variety of friends. Just like a very weird and eclectic selection, and so it just makes shit happen. And he's like, I'm gonna have a Christmas party. Oh, let's come over for a Christmas party. We got people at the house cooking, making shit from scratch, like dudes baking and shit, and it's a great time. It's fucking amazing.
This is what happens when you're like a 41-year-old dude that's never been married.
I thought he was gonna say it's never been laid. I would have hoped he would have made that mistake. It said never been laid. I would have ripped on you so hard.
I have absolutely never been laid today. I have not had sex today.
I bet he jerked off today.
Yesterday. How you doing?
But no, this rage. So we were playing Cards Against Humanity, and one of the cards said rage boner. I was like, "What the fuck's a rage boner?" And him and his buddy Dan, they were like describing me what rage boner. I'm like, I can understand biologically how it would happen, but I don't understand biologically as to why it would happen. Because it's like.
Your blood pressure gets up, it gets built up so much, and it's got to go somewhere, and it's like an oven timer when it gets boing. Suddenly blood pressure gets
But this
relieved.
is it. I'm thinking back to real far back, and it's super. I'll just say caveman day for lack of a better term. But it's like you got two cavemen just getting ready to duke it out. They're both pissed. It's like, is that part of your showing your dominance? Like, you're a rage boner. Yours is bigger. The other guy just scampers away.
I've got the bigger rage boner. I'm not going to kick your ass. I'm going to fuck your ass.
That's right. When I'm done kicking your ass, I'm going to stick it in your butthole. Like, I know that.
Is this like dogs humping each other for dominance?
It might be. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to beat your ass, and I'm going to make you just scamper away and live the rest of your life in shame after I nut in your butthole. Like, I just... that's probably a real thing.
For the record, her mind here, Missy's mind, has to be the scariest goddamn place on the planet. Like, it's just one of those things where if you could go into her head for a second, be like,
I think
you call back out, I think I need a cold shower and a stiff drink now. Ugh.
But this is where I imagine if that was reversed. Not really reversed, but I guess like on the other side too.
Like,
the girls get so pissed their panties would get soaked. They just feel like would you rage wetness or something? I don't know what you would call that.
that's called peeing yourself.
Possibly.
I'm so angry, I'm just gonna pee myself. Ah! I pee myself, now I'm gonna wet my underwear in your face.
I've never been.
Maybe.
I think that's like the last thing that's come close to me. Like, I've never been so mad that I've even like been like, shit, I'm about to piss myself. That's not a thing. I feel like, I mean, I would get it if you biologically you get so mad and your body's like, it's a fight or flight thing. It's like, I'm gonna dump this piss out of my body so I can fight properly. You know, it's like your body would do something like that. But I've never had that where I was so mad, be like, oh, no, I have to pee. I'm fucking pissed. Like, it's just that's not a real thing. I've never had that happen in such a way. But that would be funny. I feel like just getting so mad that your underwear is wet. It's like, well, fuck. I feel like I would go and masturbate. I'd be like, well, I'm not gonna waste this. Like this.
Angry masturbating.
Yeah.
Hate sex.
Hate sex. Yes.
Hate sex.
It's like hate sex, but it's with a toy or yourself. Like it's cool. Like.
I'm just gonna fucking beat my pussy up with this giant 12-inch ridged
With my
black
wrist
dog.
and my fist.
Rage boner.
I'm just gonna take this fist, shove it right up there and I'm gonna fist fuck myself.
That's some funny shit.
Alright.
I was gonna say another beer.
Yes.
This one was fucking delicious. I'm
All right,
sad I don't
it's
have
time.
more. That's one I would buy a 6-pack of. I spent $9 on it.
Shall we
I
rinse?
literally would be buying a $70 6-pack.
Alright, let's take a moment to rinse. Since we're gonna be all like fancy hoity-toity
We're gonna-
wine people.
Hoity beer connoisseurs. I got. Oops.
Oh my god, Becky.
You take a rinse, you're not drinking it.
I didn't mean to do that. It just kind of like dumped out.
Who wants the beer water?
Shit, yeah, man.
I had
Sweet.
plenty of beer.
Ooh.
I had plenty.
After we have all that whole thing of beer water, how much money would it take you to chug it, Ron?
Payday's tomorrow. I'm good.
Ah, you bitch.
Man, I had
Save
enough.
it for next time.
That's
Missy,
right.
I had enough beer water last night, like 5 gallons of it when I was brewing.
I feel like, if we get to the point where we start having guests, that should be a thing. We could be like, and the guest has to chug this.
Wait,
I thought you were fired from that.
that was last week.
I did. He opened those cans like a big old bitch.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to her first.
You can do that. It's cool. I'm alright with
Call
that.
me a big old
That's
bitch.
the sour, right?
Yes.
It's a dark sour. I get
It smells whiny.
it looks whiny. I was gonna say I don't think I've ever truly done like a dark sour. I was hoping it would be dark. Well, it's dark brown. I was thinking dark as in like a bourbon. I just dumped a shit ton in there. There you go. Have the rest of that. That's yours.
Let me just put that right there for now.
It reminds me of something.
Ooh.
There's like some.
I do smell almost like a bourbon barrel in it, but I don't. It's a sour, not a bourbon.
There's some definitely like grape winey type notes. I think
It's very
Yeah,
wine.
kind of.
maybe a blackberry or something.
I like it. We had a good choice, and that's good that our first two choices were good because I feel like the second choice would be or the third choice would be bad.
You think the surprise beer is gonna be disgusting?
Oh yeah, I bought it for that reason. I need to
You
bring
bought
it.
it. You bought it.
I
It's
do.
disgusting.
I have a disgusting beer at home that I'm going to bring.
Bud Light.
It is not Bud Light.
Is it the government issue beer we talked about?
I wish there was government issue beer. I am so.
Wait.
Ronald, you brew beer. We're gonna brew beer, and we're gonna have it be so lame. You're gonna have to have one that is a government issued. And it's gonna be called government issue.
Okay, so what proof should I be shooting for?
Black and white.
What proof should I be shooting for? How much ABV? Because if I'm going to be doing something
Ooh,
boring,
I don't know.
it shouldn't have a lot of alcohol content, or
You would feel that, but I feel like
it's either
people,
like that or a hell of a lot of alcohol content and no flavor.
I 100%. I'll say this for a couple reasons. Okay.
Just ferment sugar water.
So you don't like it? I'm loving it. Like it's got that wine flavor, but it is sour. And you say you don't
I
like
like
sour.
It's
So far, I haven't liked any of them.
Right.
it's definitely got blackberry in it. It's a blackberry sour, I
It
think.
gives me that, like, when you're getting ready to throw up and that.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that. I don't know why I knew that. No. So this is the thing that I think. Okay, so I have been on public assistance. I've like been on food stamps and shit, and literally.
Did they give you wick beer?
No, I could that'd be great. I would fucking love that. I didn't get my kids weren't young enough that I was getting WIC anymore. But I would have the food stamps, and I'm buying I'm legit. So I'm having friends over and we're having dinner, and we did this often because all of us were laid off. This was like 2008, so we were all laid off. We'd have a group of people over at the house, and I'm buying groceries with food stamps. And I got my Kamchatka vodka beside me, and I'm buying the sugar and lemons right there on the food stamps. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I got my iPhone in my hand. Don't fucking care. That's my shit, you know. That's what I'm doing. But this is so the government issued beer that he's brewing. All right. So so being on public assistance and then also so being in fire and EMS and doing Uber and Lyft, I've spent so much time in poor housing, in the ghetto, around poor people that have like a absolutely just horribly poor mindset. On one hand, so government issue is boring, bland, and you think that it would be like a lower proof and just be like, fucking here's this, it fucking sucks. But also on that hand, those people do know how to get the best bang for their buck, so they'd be doing something like like I was drinking Four Locos. That's when the Sparks first came out. I was drinking the Sparks. I would have my one day where I would take the boys down to the park and I would have one of those Sparks beers, and they're fucking god awful hideous. And I wasn't a smoker, but I did enjoy smoking. So that would be my one day. I'd buy one of those and I'd buy a pack of cigarettes, and the boys were so small, they were in a stroller. Like I put them in this little double stroller in front of me. And so I'm just like, I'm getting buzzed. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. I'm chugging that fucking Sparks. I'm walking them down to the park. They're squabbling in the stroller. I didn't give any type of shit. And then I'm just like, like having a good old fucking time smoking cigarettes and shit. Got them down at the park. You know, they're playing. I'm wearing their asses out. And by the time it's lunchtime, I'm just walking. My buzz is starting to go away. Walking back up to the house. No problem there. Feed us lunch. We all nap. I'm like dead ass napping too, like good. So I'm getting like the higher alcohol content shit, and so I do like that it's like, you know, just nothing except beer.
So
and I get that, and some of the older people would think that they would know. They'd be like, this looks like the government issue shit. Like I literally, my parents bought peanut butter that was like that, but I feel like because it will, like I think it should say Lynch's Brew real small on it. And then
like all white label.
Oh yeah, all white label with black lettering. This black boring ass lettering. Lynch's Brew, government issue beer, and then the alcohol content, and then maybe a brief description of what kind of beer it is.
So I have brewed a wheat ale. I brewed a chocolate milk stout. I'm in the process of brewing a Mexican lager with lime and agave nectar in it. I was thinking next to either doing an amber or a possible IPA.
Oh.
I feel like a government issue might be an IPA. I know we said
yes and no.
the hops
IPAs
are expensive.
stronger.
Hops are expensive. I know that.
So that would rule out, and I just feel like hipsters and government issue just don't go good together. It's just not a mixing thing. So the amber maybe, but here's the deal with that. So
I got plans for the amber. So
oh okay.
Now, if there's another style to try, I'm up for suggestions.
Some kind of stout, maybe. I mean, like they'd be putting some thinking into it.
Keep in mind, we're getting ready to go into summer, and I'm wanting more summer beers.
I like the one that you had that tasted like the Yingling that was 10%. And it felt like 10%. It did not taste like 10%. That's the kicker. It's no import, just bland. Like
so, if the listeners know anything about home brewing
not
beer,
even craft.
You're doing a home brew, you've got basically two numbers you're really concerned about.
Or
your OG, which is your original gravity, and your FG, which is your final gravity. The OG basically says, how much sugar is it by the time you've done all the actual brewing. The FG is how much sugar is left in it by the time that the yeast is converted it all to alcohol. To that end, that first one, I still don't know how the hell I did it, but it came out at like 10.5%. I've been trying to get back to that ever since, and I'm not quite sure. I'm getting there, though.
all right, here's the deal with that. Natty and Hams. I don't know where Natty's out of. Natty's like big. Everybody from coast to coast probably has heard of Natty. Hams is Cincinnati. And I did not know it was Cincinnati until I saw a billboard in Cincinnati. Only billboard I've ever seen of Hams. And this is the thing with Hams. It tastes like shit. Don't fucking make one that tastes like Hams. Natty you could do because
That's just reject Bud Light.
And the thing, make it double potency, and you have a hook. Here's what you do because that Hams. I shit you not. So my father-in-law, I love the guy, fucking great dude, and they're trying to save money. So his thing is, he's like, for what he's drinking, he loves his beer. He went from Budweiser to Natty. And I'm like, all right, doable. I go to his house, and he loves to offer me a beer. That's his thing. Hey, Missy, you want a beer? Fuck yeah, I'll drink with you. He offers me a beer. He's got the Natty. And I think he went back to Natty. He's living the high life, and this is the thing. He's buying 30 packs of the Natty for $11. He found the Hams. Because I went to his house one day and he's like, hey, you want it? I was like, Hams? That's the one beer that I would turn down. I was like, you gotta be fucking shitting me. This is the skunkiest, nastiest. Anything super cheap, like when basic cigarettes were really cheap and they weren't name brand, like that shit tasted like fucking rotten hot dogs. That's what this Hams tasted like. I swear I said that shit.
I remember you saying that.
I know, because I yelled at our friend. I yelled the head, Jenny Gibbs' head is what we called her. I yelled at her for it. And I said, dude, this fucking tastes like rotten hot dogs. And that Hams, it had like a skunky, old ass beer taste, and then there was something about it that tasted like hot dog water. I shit you not.
Man, there was like some politician lately that was all something. Joe Biden wants you to drink, plant-based beer, and like all beer is plant-based or something, except maybe Hams. Maybe it is based on hot dog water.
Oh God,
heard of that.
It's fucking. I'll get you some.
No,
it's nasty.
We should get some for.
And taste it on this, just so we can be like, man, this is the worst.
This is getting more tolerable.
They do.
Yeah.
It's
the first few drinks was like,
I had about my third drink and I'm like, this is shit, and now I'm liking it again.
Yeah.
I keep thinking like extreme. I keep thinking because of the winemaking, I've been doing extremely dry wine.
And okay, so I had that for an idea. I'm glad you reminded me. I actually had some rant I was going to go on before, and I completely forgot about that, so we've lost that. So yeah.
Don't worry, she'll find another
This
rant.
is a fucking norm. I'm going to start making notes when I'm notepad.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I need to start carrying a notepad.
Notepad during the week
Your
for
phones have
ideas for
notepads,
this.
Wow.
I'm old school.
I am too. Because
I have to see it in front of my
if I'm
fucking
at
face.
work, I can't have my phone out.
Right, there you
So,
go.
like, I have to write shit.
Little notes on
sometimes-
tissue stuffed in your bra.
It's literally like when I get out my phone to do something and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be big. I gotta do this. I'm like, do. Like, fuck, what was I doing? Oh my god! Like, and I just completely forget. My phone, just everything on it distracts me. This is a given. So your beer, so this Hams. I'm bitching about the Hams. I gotta bitch about the Hams first. So it was absolutely father-in-law buying the Natty for $11. 30 pack. He wanted to save money, so he was buying a 30 pack of Hams for $8. I was like, You just saved 10 cents a beer and you sacrificed all kinds of fucking taste. What is your problem? Like, this shit is horrid. And I begged him all the time. I'm like, this.
How many pack was it?
A 30 pack. They were both 30
just
packs.
have
10 cents a
You
beer.
have to chip in the extra money for him to get the better.
I think basically at that price, you're paying for the can and the water in the can. And maybe somebody like sipped a beer and like a Bud Light was just like, dump up the water. Good enough. Let's go.
Because I wasn't even a fan of Natty, but I would drink them with him to bond with him. And these fucking hams, I'm like, no go, dude. We're not bonding today. I just can't. Like, it's just not a thing. But here's the deal. So you get just like a just basic boring ass wheat ale, double it, and that's your government issue beer because you do wine. Your government issue wine, but it's shit. I've never tasted it, and I think we need to experiment. But it has to taste like toilet hooch from the jail, man. Like that's just
I was
it.
gonna say like that one wine that we had that tasted like urinal cake.
No.
Oh man, that was
I would
from
not do that. That's a thing that I just wouldn't.
That was like it wasn't just tasting like urinal cake. It was like your grandma's perfume.
Like Avon perfume.
Grandma's perfume and
urinal cake.
And urinal cake.
You know what? On one hand, I'm like, that shit would never sell. But they were serious about their fucking wine, and it sold. So it's some people like that shit. Yeah.
See, this is
Urinal
why
cake is an acquired taste.
this shit is why I want to open up my own brewery or winery. It doesn't seem to matter how bad some of that stuff tastes.
I
People
really
drink
wonder how many times, like, other than the fact that it's gross and poisonous, I would love, like, it would just be really funny to have a thing where we just all taste urinal cakes every day until we like, you know what, I'm actually starting to like this. I didn't get my urinal cake yesterday because I forgot to go to the store and I missed my urinal cake.
Are we just gonna start mentioning tasting weird stuff every time
Douche,
we're doing
douche.
this? Like
So-
every episode we like.
So in the pilot episode, we talked about getting and drinking douches.
I said, the beer tasted weird to me. I don't know what it tasted like. I think it was kind of vinegary. Maybe it was. I can't remember. But I was just like, yeah, this beer tastes like a fucking douche. And then we went on to drinking douches. I don't know.
Shameless plug. If you want to listen to the pilot episode, go to strobingbuttplug.com. It's posted somewhere on there. We don't know where yet, but it will be.
There'll be I'm going to put in a podcast tab, I feel. It's good,
It's
and then
like
it's not
backdoor.
good. It is.
It's like when you like verp.
And then you do everything you can and it doesn't go away. I think there's like an algorithm to that. When you burp and like you're drinking water, you're drinking everything you can, it doesn't go away, you drink this and
It tastes like beer with acid reflux to me.
No. Okay, ooh, yuck. So
It's basically a verb.
That's funny, that reminds me. So I was at work the other day and I've had this happen. I was with you. This was years ago. We were at the B-Dubs in Richmond. And my partner I was working with the other day, he was talking about the wings he had at B-Dubs. And he said they were the super spicy ones. And the only thing that took that taste away was the less spicy wings. I was like, dude, that's a real thing. Because I don't know what the fucking wings I had with you. I had 2 sets of wings and 2 sets of sauces. And then this wing was so hot, I was like, I couldn't take it. I was drinking sweet tea, I was pouring like sugar, everything I could. Like it wasn't working. And I'm like, well, fuck it. And then I ate the less spicy of the 2 wings. They were still spicy. They were like the mango habanero. And they weren't as bad. Like shit went away.
Dude, it's supposed to be milk or bread or something.
No, if you have something that's super fucking spicy and you don't have milk or bread, something that's less spicy, I don't know why it worked for me. I know that, I remember, I fucking remember going, it was like late at night we went there, and my buddy at work, I was working with him just the other day, what's today? Tuesday? So it was last week. I think it was Friday I worked with him.
So
it really happened.
So I'm going to ask you, go ahead and chug that, and let's get to that mystery beer.
Okay, so this
Ooh,
tastes
no.
like, I just figured out what I think this tastes like.
What's that?
Grape sweet tarts that aren't sweet.
Just all
That
the
is a
tart.
little bit of, yeah, ugh.
See?
It was almost like acid reflux, like
That's
literally.
what you said.
That's the worst. Oh my god,
No, I put
I'm
that in
gonna
your head.
love
I
hate. You're not drinking it all. I've got a love-hate
ain't
relationship
drinking
with
more of
that.
that.
Fuck it, I'll drink it. I like it.
It's okay, hate relationship with it.
Right. It's like, I'm really liking this because I love sours. And I'm like, ooh, this is something about it. It's strong.
I have
The
like,
sours aren't normally that
sweet
strong.
tooth, so
It's 7%, so it's
Oh, that
strong.
is. I was thinking
It's
it was
strong,
10.
but not that strong. It's
It's
just
not
all
that
of the
strong.
bitter.
It is.
I've looked into making sours and how they're done. I don't quite have that formula down in my head, but it's hard for me to motivate the idea of making one because I don't like them. It's like that dude from. It's like the.
Make one for me.
It's like that guy from the brewery down in Kentucky who was all. I don't like. Was it milk stouts or anything with lactose?
No, he didn't really care. Yeah, it was the lactose that he
didn't like anything with
lactose
lactose in it, so he just wouldn't make anything that way.
Right, that is true. He rarely did.
And it's his brewery, so he can do what he wants, of course.
Was it his brewery? I thought he was the main, one of the main brewers. I didn't know that he was the owner. He knew a lot about it. Obviously, he's brewed the shit, so he should be knowing the process. I
would assume if he wasn't, he was like, at least the master brewer, maybe not the owner of the place, but like co-owner or something.
And I'm gonna go with this. We're making a YouTube video out of this. Put in the comments below your favorite brewery. We're here in Ohio. He and I went to the Birkus, B-I-R-C-U-S. It's a circus-based brewery, really cool. My favorite is actually the Warped Wing. There's a location in Dayton and there's a location in Springboro.
We are Southwest Ohio, so Indianapolis is within reason, Columbus is within reason, Cincinnati happens like at least once a month. There's a couple that I want to go hit up in Cleveland sooner or later.
There is. Do you have any specific beer brand?
You don't. I'm a newbie to all this.
Hell yeah. But no, so there's, I
look forward for the day, by the way, when you decide you just like, shut up, Missy and Ron, I've got things to say.
She does say shit though.
And she's gonna like take.
Quiet today because I'm kind of tired.
She's gonna take control of the whole thing and be like, stick these butt plugs in your mouth. Now I'm talking.
I've noticed more outgoing, more
than what I used
to
be.
Hell yeah. And I like that. I like this area.
We've known each other for years.
Since high school.
Okay, we've known him since our junior year.
Aaron and I were best friends all through school, probably starting in 6th grade.
Right, she was a good friend of mine in the 4th grade. I remember, I met
we started being friends in, I think, 4th grade.
About the end of 3rd grade. We hated each other. We had a friend, and I met you in the 1st grade. I met you through that friend.
Heather?
Yes. And it's funny because I literally, when I used to get yelled at for everything when I was a kid because I did cause a lot of trouble, but then I just got yelled at for a bunch of stupid shit, and I do know this for a fucking fact because I remember it. Long time ago, I had this little big wheels, and I would ride it. I was allowed to ride it around the block. I could have been but fucking 4 years old. I rode it to the end of the alley where the doctor used to live, where the stop sign is where Grandpa's house was. And my mom was she yelled at me because you guys were like, hey, little girl, come here. And I remember going there. I remember oh, okay, I just took off and went. My mom's yelling for me. I couldn't hear her because I could hear her from around the block, but I didn't hear her from back in your grandpa's backyard. And I remember your mom being there. I remember you. I remember your
I vaguely remember this story.
So vaguely. But certain things do stick out because I remember, hey, little girl, come here.
That's what I remember.
And I remember. Did he have a pear tree at one time? They offered me pears, and so I was yeah. And
creepy old man, hey little girl.
But no. It was her and her brother that said, hey little girl, come here.
Oh, okay.
And so then when I was there, I'm hanging, just playing with them, and I feel like I would have. I'm sure your mom was concerned because some random little girl's out doing something, but I just didn't pick up on that, and she was probably so where are you from? Where do you live? Trying to find out where I'm supposed to go.
Right.
And so
I'm gonna kidnap you.
But you guys are all. I will remember this to the day I die. Being offered pears. Do you like pears? Do you want a pear? Shit, yeah. I didn't say shit. Yeah, it would have been great if I did it 4 years old. Shit, yeah, old woman. But I remember that.
They put their hands where you're ignore this
first memory, and then with that, if I was 4 years old, we weren't even in school, and then you didn't go to our school, and then you came to our school in 1st grade, and I met you again a few years later, and fuck this bitch, who's this? Didn't even fucking know you, didn't like you, whatever.
She wears dresses.
I hated that shit. Even you wore ugly dresses.
Hey, that was my mom's fault.
But it's great. It's absolutely great. And then I don't know, we got pissed off at our friend at the end of 3rd grade, and we just started hanging out and became friends, and rolled on from there.
Why
Who
did
the
we
fuck
get
is
pissed off at
that?
our friend? I don't even remember.
Jesus fuck. I
For
have
some
no
reason-
clue. She was a drama starter. I feel like she was a drama starter between friends.
For some reason, I remember being on the playground and you were like doing the splits, and I was like, and I don't know why, but I was thinking like maybe we hated each other. Like it was when we hated each other or something, and like, but I was sitting there thinking I'm gonna be this bitch's friend. Like, she's gonna be my friend.
I'm gonna be her friend. She's like driving a wedge between me and Heather. Fuck this shit. Heather likes to start drama. She did. Like she would. I feel like I really feel like I don't know. Like she was a good person, raised by good people, but I feel like it's just like she had the control over that. I'm gonna just like do this and like, hey, you're my friend. Like like she's my friend. No,
like,
she's my friend.
Friend jealousy.
Right. That's what
Dude,
kids do.
we got 10 minutes. Go get the mystery beer. Go.
10 minutes? No, we're not just gonna do this shit more than an hour.
Go get the
I
mystery beer anyway.
have I put Mr. Beer, kept Mr. Beer in my pocket.
Was that the surprise beer? Was
Yes.
it sitting right there in there?
Surprise Rectal beer.
It was in my pocket, so I wouldn't have to get up and go get it.
Surprise
So
Rectal beer.
I like to buy random shit, especially when I can get to a can place. I'm like going to a can shop and I'm buying one of them. Like there's this really badass big international grocery that we live fairly close to.
Joel Jim's is the shit.
And they have a lot of beer there, and they had a lot of this pickle beer. A lot of people are all about
Is that
this.
what that is?
This is not the pickle beer. This is worse. The pickle beer is good.
The pickle beer
I don't know
is,
that this will be good.
the pickle beer is fun shit.
I've had something similar to this.
The
I have
pickle
to
beer
think about
is the
this.
kind of thing you drink when you want a quick smack across the face to wake up.
No, but I literally liked it.
You don't drink it to drink it. It's a party beer where you're going, dude, this fucked up thing. Try it.
No, but see, so I will get especially if I can get just one can, because I don't want to buy a whole 6-pack of shit like this. This is gonna be fucking gross. And I bought it for that reason. I know I did. I don't remember buying it, but I know that's why I bought it. So Catawba Island Brewing Company.
Sounds delicious.
Hot blonde. Mango habanero blonde ale.
I think it'll be good.
Either way, it's
Sounds
gonna be
good.
fucking delicious or fucking gross.
I bet it's gonna
And
be
I
better than that shit.
had
This will answer a question I've been wanting to know.
what's this?
How do fucking spicy things ferment?
I feel like I've tasted I can't remember if I've tasted a habanero beer. No, I mean a jalapeno beer. I know I've tasted jalapeno liquor. I think it was either Bird Dog. No, it wasn't the Evans Williams. I think it was Bird Dog, and it was actually fucking good.
So
like there's certain things like weird. Sometimes hot alcohols are pretty fucking good.
the last time I had a hot alcohol, it about killed me. Guy I worked with at Honda when I first started there, he had a party, went down there, and one of his buddies grew ghost peppers.
Ooh.
And he had
About
ghost pepper infused vodka. That stuff was strong. That was a bit
I used
rough.
to be a vodka fan, and I feel like you can mix an infused vodka with anything.
It was
Absolute has absolute pepper, which is I feel like I poured a little bit more than necessary. If you guys don't have enough, then
I can drink vodka like I was Russian in a past life.
Oh
Probably.
fuck! And you know what? I used to love that shit, and I do not drink like. There you go. I do not drink.
for the record, there it is on the camera.
It's a pretty label. I like it.
Where's this out of?
It's a Catawba Brewing Company. I don't know if there's it's a crisp blonde ale brewed with mango and a hint. Okay, so there's a hint of habanero. It's only like a
smell
four.
the mango.
It's I can't smell the heat.
I kind of can.
Ooh.
Like it almost burns your nose a
That's
little bit.
funny.
Like if you keep breathing in.
So okay, I could feel it in the back of my throat. That was weird when I sniffed it. So it's a 4.7 alcohol content, and it's funny because it's telling you it's a 45 degrees temperature. Like that's probably the best at what you drink it. So you don't want to drink it cold.
It smells like beer mixed with mango.
We're all like.
So don't get. I can get a little.
It's not bad.
Get a little fruit of the mango, and as far as
It's
the
got that
habanero,
kick. You get a kick. You don't taste it, but you
the
have a
habanero
kick.
to me it kind of adds just like a flat bitter note. Not much.
So
The flat bitter note's kind of muffled after that last super sour.
probably. So I had the thing that I had. This is actually pretty. This I do. This is actually pretty good compared to this. I have no idea. I was in Cincinnati. This was actually a really cool thing. So in Cincinnati, their big downtown thing they do Christmas. so they have a big ass fucking Christmas tree, and I had a friend that she wanted, like, it was her birthday, and she wanted to see like the light up of the tree the first day, and so they have these Santa Clauses that rappel down a fucking building, and I'm like, well, it's badass, and there was like a brewery right there, so we hung out in the brewery for a little bit before we went to go watch this, and I got it just because I'm like, yeah, might be shit, might not. And I feel like it was either like a pepperoni or a banana pepper beer. And it was fucking horrible. The only thing that I could see to do with this banana pepper beer would
It's
be
out of Fort Clinton, Ohio. Had to Google it.
to make, okay, so this banana pepper beer, the only thing I could see that would be, because it wasn't good. Like, some of the people did like it, and I'm like, not a lot of people would like it. I feel like you could make a pizza crust or some breadsticks out of it. I feel like that would be a good ingredient for that. But it was so fucking, it just tastes like barf. Like, I would rather drink barf than that fucking banana pepper beer. Yeah.
The habanero, it's making it peppery. That's the taste. That's what I'm getting. It's peppery.
I took a bigger sip of that. I like it.
It's peppery.
I like that kick that it does. That's an awesome kick. I don't know that I'm gonna drink a bunch of this, and I would be scared. This would be the day I like rarely throw up when I drink.
Oh,
I
this would
rarely
be
get
bad.
hangovers.
This would be bad.
It would be so bad. It would burn going up. It would be the worst burn ever.
I'm trying to think, like, this reminds me of something, like maybe like taco Doritos. It has that kind of like jalapeno hint to
the
it.
Dorito
or
Locos
something.
taco
Maybe
shits.
something like that.
Maybe. Now I want some chips. I feel like we need to incorporate food. No, food would be so fucking sloppy.
I feel
the
like
more I drink, the sloppier I get. I mean, that's probably true with everybody, but I'm like a lightweight, and it's absolutely fucking horrible.
no food. All we hear is.
I know that's.
Hang on.
And then we could do, like, because it's podcast, we'd be like, food noises or porn. Food noises or porn.
Ideas for next episode.
Well, she did say she felt like we were making a porn. I mean, like,
when we were setting up, that's what it felt like. Like, we're getting ready to make
but we need that interview couch.
Not that I'm like,
Ariana's casting couch.
Yeah, she does. I was gonna say she doesn't have a casting couch, but yet she does, because this is great. So you were off someplace, and she's like, you know what I like about this couch? It leaves butt prints.
I heard that.
So right here. So here's my last butt print.
Yeah.
And I like really just grinded my shit in. Like, it's like really cool. It's like, I don't know. You get a pillow or something you're touching when you're little. It's almost like those sequin pillows, but it's small fibers.
Draw a dick on it.
Yes, so you can do that. But the thing of it is, when I got up, I swear to you, my butt print, I have a dick. Like, it's right there. I can still see it. I can see, like, the head to it, and there's those fucking creases of the wrinkles right
if
there.
I had a good butt print, I like take pictures and send them to my friends.
I'm taking a picture of my butt.
Well, we know what's going to be going on the website soon.
If we come here and every time we're doing our thing right here, that's what it's going to be. It's literally going to be like, hey, today's podcast, these are our butt. I think that would get like.
I feel like. Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, I think that would get old real quick. I mean, you got one, the first one's got the dick. It's going to be really hard to.
I don't know, man.
So you've chopped yourself many times. If that's the case, I mean.
It's like art.
This is game, man. Game on. Like, this is great.
I feel like the habanero in this kind of sneaks up on you a little bit.
It does, because it's starting to get spicier in my throat. I'm feeling it more and more.
They did good work.
It's pretty interesting. I'm liking it.
I like it too.
It's I don't feel that I would drink a whole lot of it, but
I would drink a can here and there.
I definitely need a taco now, and some nachos and chips.
I feel like the best way for me to experience.
There's my dick. Oh my god, it showed up so good.
There's my dick.
It showed up so good in this picture. I love it.
Just so you know, this program is not intended for children.
Sound clip. There's my dick.
Yes, I love that idea. Sound clips.
Just like an intro. That's my dick.
See, that's the thing. I'm gonna make little TikToks of our sound clips, because you only get like 15 seconds or a minute, and so I'm gonna be 15-second sound clips, and then I'm gonna put a link to our blog and shit. And like,
I like it.
I love it. It's like I didn't know whether to do like our TikTok, make it be called the Strobing butt plug. I just think it all should be uniform. Everything is the Strobing butt plug, so that way like you can't fucking forget it. It's the Strobing butt plug. Like, I think it would work. I'm digging it.
Yeah, did you see like my cousin ask?
Yes, I did. I was like,
I wonder if he saw this comment because he never liked it or anything.
well, I mean, I met Sarah. I knew Sarah, and I knew that they're like more on the religious spectrum, like your family. But I'm like, things change, especially when you grow up and you move out of the home. Maybe just like every shit hits the fan, you go like the opposite direction. And I'm like, I wonder if he's like, oh my God, I'm gonna pray for her. That's like
It's be like,
he's praying for you.
Are you okay, sweetheart? Do you need to tell me in Jesus something?
I don't think it would be that bad.
Do you need to tell me in Jesus
I
something?
kind of wonder.
So right, I wondered that immediately, and then I'm going to throw this out there because just because like it's a thing. So like because I'm thinking about my parents, like how they would do it. My mom laughs at shit anymore. Like she doesn't fucking care.
Really?
Yes, she is so mellow and laid back. I say something shitty, she's like,
on, like pills.
I don't. Well, she's bad health, so I know she's like on like a whole lot of meds, but I don't like rifle through her shit. I mean, she might be on some antidepressant meds because of all of her other meds and stuff, and just because of how sick she is with certain things. But like, she's just way cool about shit. And then like my dad, he started going to church because he was like real big into church before. I remember when I was super little, we went to church, and then like me and my brother just didn't behave, so we stopped going to church for years. And then when my mom's dad died. Right before he died, he wanted to start going to church, and so my grandmother and him both went to church. And then when he died, my dad, I'll go to church with you, because he didn't, he was like didn't want to go to church alone. So he's gone to church, and he's like involved with the church. He does pussy.
Wrong drink,
motherfucker. But
I done drank all my beer.
Fact. But so like with this, So he's going to church, and he's like super religious. I mean, like my mom's in with it too, but she's pretty open-minded. And my dad's fairly open-minded, but he always sighs anytime I say something. Like I know he's gonna sigh.
Like the Strobing butt plug.
But oh man, I think they don't even question it. Like they're afraid of the awkward response.
That would be my family. It's been a long time since I've got that. We're disappointed in you. What the hell's wrong with you? Now it's just...
No, I love the way your mother it's like a ton of bricks. Like, I don't know. It's not like she gets hit with a ton of bricks because she's not even surprised. It's like the opposite of
it's just
getting
like,
hit with a ton
I
of
was
bricks.
wondering when that stupid shit was going to happen. All right.
I've heard him say the most foul and vulgar shit in front of his mother, and that's great. Like, I don't go that far off with my parents, and what's funny is, like, I don't really do that shit in front of my kids yet, but I know I'm getting there. They're getting older. The thing of it is, they're not allowed to do that in front of me. Not my rule. That's just like a thing they've been taught. Like, you just respect women. You don't do that in front of women. And like their mother is the worst example of that in the world. Like, you don't cuss in front of your mother. My mom said fuck all the time. Like,
my only response is that as much of an asshole as I am a great example to my daughter because she's like,
do everything your dad does to you, dude.
This is the shit that I did, so what you did things that were illegal, yeah?
My kids
but that was bad.
My kids do the same thing. I will tell them a story of something I did. They're like, because you were stupid. And I'm like, guaranteed they won't do it. Like that's like a pride moment. It's like, you know what, I don't give a shit, they call me stupid. I'm not even angry. But no.
Stupid.
Definitely was stupid. Just fucking erratic and spontaneous as hell, and it was a lot of fun. No, but my thing was because like you were shocked that my mom's like way laid back about the shit, and then I was like wondering about your cousin, and we mentioned that we were best friends for years. We just like we did our own thing, drifted off, whatever, and haven't really spoke like just little bits here and there for the past 20 years. Like a couple of months ago is when we first started hanging back out again, and so it's like 20 years has passed and shit's still it's the same. Like it's very much the same. Surprisingly,
it's like we like just pop right back in.
Right. I didn't think that would be because the way you and I are so weird about shit. It's just kind of like, oh well, she didn't. It's cool. She doesn't contact me, and I'll contact her, and I'll contact her once a year. Like happy birthday, bitch. Like happy birthday. And that's it. Like we wish each other happy birthday. That's it for 20 years. Like
Ariana hadn't seen Missy in eons, and vice versa. And my birthday when I turned 40, I was like, fuck it, I need to have a big blowout, you're an old bastard party. And I just started like,
okay, yeah,
I started inviting every motherfucker on my Facebook that I've known that I thought might show up. I'm like, oh, let's see, who could I invite? Like, oh, there's that Ariana bitch. I haven't seen her in forever. She's fucking hot. Fuck it, go. And it was just down the line, and it was funny because at the birthday party, like, you know, Missy and Ariana for like half a second were like two dogs sniffing at each other. And then all of a sudden it was like they were back together like they'd never been separated, and they were like stuck together at the damn hip. It was cute and awesome.
Best thing that she did though, best thing that happened, I swear, this is like the greatest thing. All of a sudden she goes, I got something of yours. The fuck? And I'll wear that. I have it, it's actually in the bag of my motorcycle. And she pulls out this hat, a beanie that I had that I absolutely love. She's like, you left this at the house when we moved out from each other. Like, because we used to live together. And she's like, you left this there. I'm like, you still fucking have it. Like, I couldn't believe she had it. Like, damn near 20 years later. It's fucking crazy. I loved it. It's great.
Yeah, it never looked good on me. I was like, I tried to wear it a few times, and I'm like, this looks like shit on me. It always looked cool and messy. What the fuck?
That's good. I'm glad, because I'm like putting it on. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even fucking care. You know what? Like, I like to wear really stupid things. I think this has always been a thing that I've done.
I think we both have done
We
that.
did. And I do wear dumb fucking shit. I'm like now wearing I'll wear weird ass stretched yoga pants, and then it's just shit that it don't even look right together. You know what? Like that's what I put on to go out. I had this on one day. I didn't wear it out. I probably would at some point. I had these, like, it looks like space, the outer space, so it's really, parts of it are dark, there's little dots, and it's orange, purple, and whatever on these yoga pants. And then I had this old lady sweater on that was gray and black. It was almost like that, but it just had a lot of black in it too. And whatever shirt I had, I'm sure it was a t-shirt. And then, so Larry's grandma died, so his mom was just passing a lot of shit off to me. And out of nowhere, she's like, hey, you want this mink coat? And I'm like, mink cape. It's just like this. I was like, yeah, I will find a use for it. So I don't know, I put it on. I was like, I put it on when I was wearing that fucking particular outfit. It looked so bad together, but at the same time, I even had my knee-high Chucks on. And I'm like, all right, this is cool. I took a picture of it. One of my favorite pictures. And I will wear that mink cape outside. And it's going to be ridiculous, too. I'm just going to go out to pizza one day and be like, oh, mink cape it is. So, like, we go to a brewery or something. I would do it, too. Like, it was, oh, brewery day, mink cape. It would be, like, 62 degrees outside. I don't even like the word 62 degrees. 82. It would be 82 degrees outside. I'm going to be wearing that mink cape.
You should wear 69 degrees.
That'd be good, too.
Because it's nice.
That sounds like me though, because like I'll just put on something ridiculous just because you're feeling ridiculous.
Right.
It's like, why not?
I do that.
You know, like I'm walking around the house wearing like, I have like this zombie shirt, and then I have like these rubber ducky shorts, and I'm like,
works
zombie
good.
ducks. I mean, seriously.
Hell yeah, fucking love it. That's great. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna like creep by, and I'm probably just gonna park down the road in the ditch somewhere. I'm gonna walk down here. I'm just fucking circle your house and look in your windows. Random times of day and night.
Do it.
I fucking would too. Yeah, I'd be like, I would see naked and I wouldn't even be offended. I've seen.
Now, if I were to say that, yeah, I'm gonna have a visit with the
I'm gonna
cops.
call the cops.
Ron would be offended if he saw me naked.
Not as offending as y'all be if you both saw me naked.
Factual facts. You know what? I'm pretty I don't know, something about seeing a Wookiee naked. Just got love the Wookiee noise, but no.
Happy Star Wars Day or some shit.
That is a fact. It's today. It's May the 4th be with you. No, I had.
Now we've dated this shit. It's all fucked up.
It's all right. You can date the shit. It's whatever it is. Even if it's not placed on that day, we did it on that day. But no, with the whole thing of seeing people naked, I was gonna be like, you know, being an EMT, I have seen so many fucking old people naked. It's the worst. And it's like, you know, when you're placing the 12 lead on the old ladies and you gotta like, you gotta just fucking lift titty up for days and put that shit underneath it. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna have to go under your breast, and you're just waiting. And she's just sitting there. I'm like, fuck, she can't even lift her own fucking tit up for me.
Just remember this, ladies with big sexy boobs. Someday.
I think she does. I know, and that's a real. I really think that's what they want. This has happened to me a small few times. Where so we're doing private ambulance and we're discharging like an old dude from the hospital. We're picking him up or whatever, and he's like, oh well, I have to go to the bathroom. He's bedridden, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get you a urinal. Hand him a urinal. hand him an urinal. He's like, I can't put it in there. Like, okay, hold on just a second. I'll go get my dude partner every time. Like, hey man, he wants to
Go touch his dude's dick, man.
And he's like, he comes in the room, and like the partner that I had that I absolutely loved, we worked together on that level. He knew what I was doing. He was like, hey man, I'm here to help you. I'm like, oh, I got it, that's cool. Immediately could touch his own dick. Like, it was nothing. Like,
No problem.
I knew what he was doing. I'm not fucking dumb.
Well,
like,
you know, like afterwards he'd be like, oh man, well you touched it. I can't pee. It's too hard now. Well, all your hands just yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm good now. Thanks.
That's
you got I need to light a cigarette.
That's not. I don't even know that half of them would fucking get hard.
You know,
I don't even think that's a. They're just. It's so.
He's like, I just took a Viagra.
I just
took like a Viagra, called 911.
I just took a Viagra before this. I've had a hard on for more than 4 hours. I don't know. I've never had that issue. Oh my god.
Hard on for more than 4 hours?
No. Okay. I've never had a patient that I've had that issue with, but this is the issue that I have had, and it was the funniest thing. So this was private ambulance, but we got called. It was like an emergency situation. Which nursing homes are notorious for calling us for like stupid shit that's not really an emergency, but it's out of doctor's hours. We don't deliver to urgent cares, so they have no choice but to go to the hospital. So me and my partner just got to work, and we worked third shift. It was like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. or something like that, or 6 to 6. And we got in our truck. We're checking our truck off, and dispatch was like, "Hey, can you?" He said, "Can one of you guys call me?" Or like maybe he said, "Hey, can you call me?" And maybe even like was my partner. I called her Bambi at the time. And then she got back on the radio. She's like, "My phone's dead and I don't have a charger." Because she knew it was gonna be fucked up. That she knew we were gonna call. She knew it was gonna be fucked up, and he didn't want to say it over the radio. And so then she was like, he goes, "Well, can your partner call me?" And she got on that radio and she's like, "My partner's phone is dead too, and she doesn't have her charger." And so we were stationed where dispatch was stationed. So he did say, "Hey, can you come inside?" And I really can't remember exactly how it was worded, but it was like the old guy's foreskin was stuck. and it was like, okay. And the policy that this particular place had, it's like when you go on any emergency run, the paramedic has to be in the back. So that was her. So she was going to have to do like the diagnostics, like check him out, fucking look at his dick, whatever. I was like, at least I don't have to see it. And so we go out to this nursing home, we pick him up, and they're like, yeah, like it was like, I feel like it was stuck, retracted, like behind everything. It was just like they were afraid it was going to create an issue. I don't know. So we take him to the hospital, and we get him there, and they're just like they knew exactly what to do. I don't know if they'd had that patient before, they just seen it before. They're like, you guys are staying here. He's already in the discharge process. And all they did was fucking just put lube around it, and bloop, there it goes. They just fucking lubed this old guy's dude. They lubed the old guy's dick up and sent him on his way. And it's like, all right, cool. And this is the best part. We never had to get him again, which thoroughly disappointed me. But I did tell her, I was like, if we ever get him again, you're lubing his dick up. I will make you lube his dick up. I was like, I think we are not taking him to the hospital. Because we carry lube on board. Like it's for the
medical grade lube.
It is
for those long days in the ambulance.
It's for the endotracheal tubes. You lube them up and you shove them down their throat.
You know, at one point we were talking about getting like maybe 3D printed butt plugs of each of us or something. The day those come, she's gonna bring a jar of that lube. I'm like, nope, I'm out.
No, they're not even jars. They're just like little packets. Like you just tear one and go. It's great. It's absolutely fuck yeah. It is like you're not reusing this lube over and over again. Don't be a heathen about it.
I was just thinking like a giant like lotion bottle worth of
economy size Vaseline.
All right, let's go.
But no, like I told her, I said, we ever get him again, you're lubing his dick up, and I will see that you do. Like I was your force. I'm committed. This is us. This is what we're doing this day. Like that was the thing.
All right, I'm gonna be the party pooper.
Oh,
I have to get home and to bed. I have like work or something.
I got work in the morning too, and I'm working a 24-hour shift.
More importantly, I have
at 4:30.
More importantly, I have a stupid kid I have to get to bed.
Like, probably 5:30 is what I gotta get up. That's cool. So, lessons of the day. What did we learn today?
I don't like sour beer. Habanero beer is good.
it's cool to yell at your fucking coworkers and your boss, regardless of whether you
make
get
that
fired
one-
or not.
Make that one bitch lube up that dick next time.
It's okay to lube up an old guy's dick. You don't have to be shy about it.
Did you learn anything today?
Ron likes economy size things of lube.
You know what? I was single for a long damn time. I will do what I want. Thank you. Gallons of lube. See you next time.
See ya.
StrobingButtPlug.com. Check us out. We'll have more as we grow. Thank you.